Welcome back, Armchair Generals. It is episode number 4 of my Black Ice, third version 13.1 Soviet Union run through in Hearts of Iron 3. We are in August 6, 1938. I want to get through until August 1939, so let's see what we can't do to accomplish that. There we go. Speed things up a little bit here. We're going to let all those sit until we need them. Probably 1941 is when I'll go ahead and click those on. Radio Advance is 1938. Again, my thinking is cancel out anything that is current or future. Let's get this up to 24. We need to start getting some research completed here. I mean, I'm falling way behind. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of the land forces stuff in here. Actually, have I even? Yes, I think I did. Did I do the land forces? I don't think I actually did. See, I'm seeing some 19... Oh, you know what it is? I went for the 1936 stuff. I decided we're just going to go for the stuff that is older than what we're currently on right now, because we need to also get some Air Forces stuff here. Our Air Force is lagging far behind. That's what it is. All right, so if you run up there like so. Oh, real quick, I need... sorry if the video goes dark, but I need to set up my utility window here. IC debt, we're at 7708 with 134 days or 134 IC paid out towards them per day. So less than 60 days, which is fine. I have over 500 IC, so we're doing good, and we're cranking out IC left and right. Yeah, we can sell manganese because it's strictly at this point. Let me check here. Strategic reserve. Yeah, we got 7 manganese anyway, so let's just trade it out. Seaport, we can cancel that. And airport, we can cancel that as well. I was going to say, who wants the XP? But it looks like it's going to be the garrison. Money is not an object. You see, we're already at 50,000. Probably didn't even need to worry about spending the money to upgrade the gold mines one, but I prefer getting an even 1,500 than 1,400. It's just easier to do the math, in my opinion. Every 2 months is 3,000. It's nice, even, good number. Yeah, we'll keep exporting manganese until we get to our balance sheet of 4. Military rations, 1938. Artillery brigades advance. So that's this right here, which is what we needed. I think we should be losing our negative modifier for having outdated weapons. Party rally, we want to go ahead and do just that because we've got the money and everything for it. Losing money, not a big deal. Losing supplies, again, not a big deal. I need to double check on that. For the next year, our revolt risk and daily descent change go down. That's good. Lose some more money, but at 15%, yeah, that's not a big deal. We're still making $30 a day. National unity goes up, which is good, and party support goes up as well. So we'll certainly be happy to take that on. Which, on that note, wow, these guys, the authoritarian conservatism movement's really picking up steam. Stalinism doesn't seem to be... Yeah, the popularity for them is like really great. We lost our head of intelligence. Oh, we need to put somebody else in here. We're going to put in a ruthless monster. Same espionage bonus. Not as good counterintelligence. We don't care about the land intel. Well, maybe we need the maybe we do need the dismal enigma because we could use the land intel, have an idea what's going on. So yeah, let's just throw them in there. Leaving everybody else alone the way they are. Okay, no changes here. No more efficient laws until later. Oh, two things. So let's double check here. Yeah, we need to drop this down to 23 now. Let's get this up to 1.45. I still need to get officers. And production. We need to pump this up to, I know we're in an icy debt at this point. 58.22, but we need to get some supplies coming in. So let's get this up to 80. Let's get our reinforcements balanced out. Drop this to 45 maybe. Yeah, right there. 44 is good. Upgrades. Get this to, let's say 30. Consumer goods, we need to be dropping that. 0.04 a day is nice. So that's 200 days, right? 0.04. 200 days roughly. Yeah, let's move some, and then we're going to go in like that, I feel. I feel like I could use some more NKVD troops anyway, but do I really want to build another round of 10? Get that going in here. Our base is at 342. We should be able to hit 400 by the end of the year here. So this is 16 to Samarkand. Except these aren't going to be done. Yeah, most of this, a lot of this isn't going to be done by the end of the year. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31, 32. We'll have 32 more IC getting built by the end of the year, so that'll put us at 374, 375, somewhere around there. Not bad, actually. I think I might have even mentioned last episode that I'd be looking at getting to about 375 by the end of the year. Sure. We will take some money to be able to build you some units. Let's look at strategic reserve. I have an extra chromite we can sell. Copper we do not. And I have one more extra manganese that I could certainly sell. Melinka. Let's do that, and then that way. Okay. Yeah, I could probably use another 10 more NKVD. Filter them all throughout. So, again, you've seen this now in every single episode. There's been an event that pops up that is a delay. Gives us a bunch of negative modifiers, but also in turn prompts a new event to pop up that we got to select here. The Red Air Force Officers Purge, which will then negate that there. This will kill off some more officers. Remember, we start with 155,000. We're at 107,000. 47,000 officers have been killed off. roughly. Yeah, it might be a little bit more than that actually, because we've actually had a few, and boom, that goes away. Like I said, we've actually had a few get graduated. So that's 1937. That's last year. We'll keep that up. Our focus, I think, is we still want the revolt risk to be decreased. We're not building anything of great import. We don't need to worry about this, the unit recruit time, just yet. We don't need to worry about territorial pride right now, and money is not really much of an issue for us. 0.04 steel chromite, we can certainly trade off one, because that'll get us to the base 4, which is 4 is the maximum of a strategic resource that you can have. That gives you a bonus or you know, that cool stuff. Copper, no. Have you do that. And then I'm going to come in here. I'm going to have him move here, and then we're going to slide them over to there, like so. I need to do a little more moving around. I need some more NKVD troops. I think I have a... let's take care of this real quick. Broadcasting. Yes. We want a small entertainment show, and I'll show you why in just a moment here. Let me pull this down to here-ish. So, small entertainment show lowers consumer good need during wartime and peacetime, which will certainly help us out. That means that's more, they'll free up some IC we can put towards production. Heroic Tales overall is also pretty good, and something we will also go for coming up here because of the territorial pride. Russia will certainly need that. Increased unity. Russia, Soviet Union will certainly need that. And org regain rate, definitely need that too. News, also very good. Territorial pride, national unity, ruling party support. All this stuff is much needed, but for right now, we're gonna do the small entertainment show just that way we can get the bonus towards the fewer consumer goods required here in peacetime. And I think I just saw a spy appear, so I think we're at a good point there. Looking at our strategic reserve, we have 4 chromites. That's a no. We can still sell 2 more manganese though. Let's get our reinforcements up again. Drop this to about 20. Let's get this up to about 35. Yeah, right there. So no chromite. 2797. Currently an IC debt remaining. That puts us at 20-something days. Do I have that right now? So 20 days would be 2,800 roughly. Yeah. So about 20 more days here, beginning-ish first week in October. There we go. Get our reinforcements taken care of. Let's scroll this down a bit more. Yay for gold mining. No on the zinc. You know what? We want to take a look and see how Japan is not doing over here. Yeah, Manchuria, are you about ready to... Well, strangely enough, no surrender progress. Interesting. I guess they haven't gotten... all this stuff is nothing to them. That's also Manchuria as well. Okay, interesting. Japanese are still holding Beijing and Tiananmen. They haven't done any naval landings. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why the Japanese haven't... I mean, they got troops here. I'd be pushing through all this here. Get some cavalry units up in here and just start running all through all this. I don't get it. I mean, I would hate to have to put it at 3 difficulty levels, you know, very hard for Japan, or grow fast even, and, you know, if it grow fast Japan, then normal China. If very hard Japan, then easy China. Something is really messed up with the Chinese campaign. Sure, $10 for medium bomber. We'll go ahead and take that. We don't care. We're maxed out. Aluminum, we are building. I do have these in here, but we're not really getting to them just yet. We do have 2 aluminum. You know what? I'm just going to say no. We have more than enough money. We're okay. No, not a chance for right now. We're going to have him come into here and then pop back up there. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do supplies. We can put that back up there. Division. Let's go with the NKVD again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll do just 10 more at this point. Or let's do 2 groups of 5. 2 groups of 5. Four more turns, 4 more days, I should say. Oh, okay. So we lose $1,000, but that should go from 0.04 to something maybe a little better. Maybe, I don't know. Manganese. So all manganese is giving us right now. We're not building armor, but increased metal, which we don't really care about. So let's go and just keep trading. Czechoslovakia now annexed. I just saw this. I was like, oh, yeah, we kind of know what's going on here. Czechoslovakia has been annexed. Germany's grown a little bit bigger. Industry advance. This is 1938 tech. We'll go cancel that out, but that gives us some IC, so yay. Just curious, yeah, neither of these. We have to be at war. Even with our IC debt, yeah, 577 or 600. Once the IC debt goes away, they'll be over 640 almost, something like that, 630. Small entertainment show, still 0.04. Whoop. Exported manganese, let's go ahead and do. It dropped down to 0.02 now, but I think that's because, yeah, it's a percentage of our IC. We had all that IC debt thrown in. 360. Wow. Well, this is interessante. Now we've got to start building some stuff. Let's increase our consumer goods required. Let's pay off. Let's get our consumers happy. No, okay. Let's have it go down by point. Let's go down by 0.1. There we go. Boost up our reinforcements a little bit. Boost this up to 40. Alrighty, so air wings. We're going to put in some more interceptors here. Just put in 10 more at 2 cycles there. I think, yeah, that takes care of it right now. Okay. France is mobilizing. Oh, let's take a look at our intelligence here. Priority. We're not really we are keeping an eye on France. Germany, we can see what they're building here. 301 IC at this point. Yeah, I did okay. 723 we are at. We can do war economy now. I mean, yay, but I don't think I want to do that. Oh, because our neutrality dropped below 60. Oh, okay. Nice, but yeah, I don't want to until we go to war. There's no need to take that hit, that IC hit. The amount of IC we're going to gain is going to be washed out entirely, and we're going to lose IC for the consumer goods requirement. So we'll hit that up at a later time. Oh, manganese surplus. Again, we're okay. We don't really care so much about that. Chromite, no, not at this point. We have 4. We want to hold on to it. Right? Yes. Drop that down to like 8. That works. Air wing, transport planes. 10 transport planes built in for right now, or 12. We want 12 actually. Group of 6, or should we do them 3 groups of 4? 4 would be able to handle carry 40 manpower. Oh, you know what? No, we don't want that then. I need heavy transports. Somewheres is my paratroopers. Somewhere's around here. Here we are. They're 44. Okay. So we do need 5. Let's do 3 groups of 5. There we go. Wow. The Japanese have let themselves get cut off. I mean, they've got that port, so, and here as well too, so they can still bring in supplies, but goodness gracious. What is the AI doing here? That is lessening my enjoyment of this game so far when you see AI doing stupid crap like that. Let's export our manganese, make more money. We're over 60 grand. Won't really matter to us, you know, other than be able to use the money for projects and things like that. Move that armor unit up there. Try all the Red Air Force generals. So again, 57%, 108,000. So we can execute them. We'll gain 3 unity, which that's nice. For the next month, revolt risk and daily descent go down, but we'll lose money, not a big deal. We'll lose 4,000 officers, which will get us down to 104, and we will gain 2 descent. Yep. Drop by 2% there. Not a big deal, but that does hurt us, right? But, you know, hey, we'll see how much more of an impact we're going to have come the winter war. Or the world. Oh, wait. Sure, get a research center. This is only for the U.S., right? Yeah, only for the U.S. We're going to further expand the collective. Go from 365 to 368. Go up and descent that much more as well. That's okay. We're going down by 0.1 a day. Expand our factories. Got here to take care of. Drop it to 30. And let's take care of this. Drop it to 20. Get our supplies beef back up. We're doing 0.11 per day. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we're actually at a point right now we're 75 over, 75 production over. Once we get this down to 0, we can throw that 75 back into production instead of consumer goods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71. So taking everything from consumer goods, throwing it here, will green out in our production queue again. And that's okay. This is looking a little bit better, but this is looking really shaky around here. Goodness gracious. Lose 1,000 fuel, not a big deal. Let's get both of these addressed. Drop it to 7-ish. Drop this to 25. I know there's a bunch of Japanese troops here in Korea. We lost another 2,500, or we'll lose another 2,500 officers. It's going to drop us down to 101,600. Another percentage point. 2 percentage points actually, down to 53%. No, we're not going to. We have two aluminum. I need those other two back. I have two aluminum in the balance and 2 in sales right now. I need to get those 2 in sales back. No on the copper. Thank you for the money. Man, Shanksy, jeez. No on the chromite. Small arms advance. That's 38 tech, so we'll go ahead and cancel that out. Drop this down to 22. Done. While we're here, here we are. On the utility, I think I can deactivate. Yeah, the things that we don't have enough of, I can deactivate those sales. We're going to deactivate the aluminum as well. I can say deactivate the chromite because I have a balance of 4. So in the utility window, I'm showing stopped underselling for each of the strategic resources. I'm showing stopped in each box except for manganese, which we're currently selling. All right, that works. Show car. Right next to a guy. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Jeez. All I gotta probably do is just move some troops up. Wow. I mean, it might be too that the Japanese are just getting wrecked for whatever reason. But I feel horrible for the Japanese AI over here. So air build time is getting better. Sure. This is our industry. Industry requires a whole bunch of money compared to my military, but we'll pay it. We lost the outdated army effect because of that one thing. Light infantry branch, it's 1934 tech. We'll let that rock and roll a bit more. Secret police chiefs. We'll let him, whatever this event, I'm not going to change him at all. Him coming in, we're going to go ahead and accept. But you'll see, Minister of the Interior. I think he's a bastard. We'll see. We'll see in a moment here. So the effects that we get for the next 2 months here, revolt risk will go up, and our drift will also get worse. We'll gain a headquarters, perhaps. We will lose 5 in descent. We'll see on that. The fact that lose 5 in descent is immediately after that headquarter unit popping in is a bit troubling, but we'll see. We'll lose supplies, not a big deal, but I'll have to address that in my production queue and go back to throw another 10 more IC into supplies. We'll lose 350 manpower. That'll get us down to 9350. And for the rest of the game, where national revolt risk goes up, our ruling party support also goes up. Do we have anything new here? We do. Aluminum mines online, copper mines online, zinc mines online. So aluminum mines going online is good. We have 4 total. So once I see 4 on the balance sheet, we're good. We have 4 copper. Well, this will be our 4th copper and 4th zinc mine. So I think we're okay. But I don't need to be building more aluminum mines, but I do want to build 1 more copper mine. So I have a 5th. And 1 more zinc mine. So again, I have a 5th. And then we'll postpone our plans for 6 months. Now let's look at our politics here. Minister of the Interior. He's the Prince of Terror. So while we are seeing it's not showing it here for the descent. Maybe let's let a day go by. No. Okay, I thought there was a increase to descent based upon the event of him popping in there. We did lose 5 points of descent already, so that's good. But he does lower the national revolt risk. Partisan efficiency, which we don't have partisans to deal with. Counter espionage. Consumer goods during peacetime went up, but that's not that big of a deal. Looks like we're leaving him in place, though. The upshot is that that event happened. We're going to go ahead and accept it and go onward. Let's go. Let's have him go here. Let's have him come up there, and we will have him jump into there, and then swing down over there. Yeah, I need another 10 more of these guys. Let's get our reinforcements up. 725 IC, just glorious. Drop this to 50. Good number there to have. Supplies, need to increase this to 82. 82, I said. Got a little dyslexic there. So the consumer goods, let's drop this by quite a bit. Drop to 0.04. There we go. That doesn't terribly affect us overall. That's good. 6 one does the other. We'll have him run in. Reinforcements, drop this to 10. So, okay, expand factories, cool. So we got our surpluses, as you can see. Limits are faster air build time, which I don't think we're really, I'm not paying attention to how long it's taking something to get built right now. Just build it for me is what I'm thinking. Not worried about the time frame exactly. But yeah, 6 months to get the transport plane done and a couple more months to get these fighter planes done. Additional supplies, which is always, the copper surplus is certainly handy in that regards. Zinc surplus also gets 2.5, so I mean that's 9 plus 9% just alone from those two. Japanese Manchurians are doing a little bit better. They're fighting back here, it looks like. Yeah, they're fighting back here as well. Some need to do better. Need to do better. Kiano. You know what? We're going to go with another 20 NKVD, which I will end up... What I'm going to start doing is putting NKVD units into cities. Make sure we have all cities, ports, airports controlled by NKVD. There's a presence there. And then move... If there's any regular military units in them, move them out and towards the Western Front to get ready for future invasion there. And then have more NKVD and cavalry running around the countryside. Let me check here. So this is a full-on cavalry unit, yeah. But here's what I'm thinking. We're going to get rid of the Light Army Battalion. And that. And this is what we're going to go with. Is 20 of these guys. Call them... agitator suppressors. Yeah, that's what we can call them. Which on that note... where's the... I could put put here's what we could do, is put an NKVD embedded with them. Because, I mean, the cavalry alone's an 8, which is good. The armored car has a 4 suppression, which is also good. Motorized engineers way down here, probably not even, yeah, they don't even have any suppression. So it does increase, I mean, obviously increases the cost by a little bit, and manpower as well. So cavalry unit, an NKVD, which is a fast unit anyway. It's almost twice as fast as a cavalry. Which, if that's the case, then why even create these, Tom? Just create more NK. If I just want fast response forces to stamp out, just go with the NKVD. I mean, the garrison does slow them down, though. Maybe do it like that. That way they are kind of speedy. And throw in civilian transport. Again, just to improve their speed. Yeah, it does improve their speed by half there. Let's do these. Okay. And I am building those, but you know what? I'm almost thinking once they're done, NKVD with garrison I think is going to work out okay. And I got to kind of redo how this all looks. NKVD with garrison is fine. They can sit on and hold areas that we need to, but I shouldn't use them in purposes of hunting down partisans, you know? Yeah, the militia are fairly slow. They can, but yeah, they're fine where they're at. Yeah, looking to see if there's any other places like they're 3.16. Well, they're much slower thanks to the garrison. So let's move them there and then move them out there. And like I said, then the infantry, military units, we can actually just push westward, as it were. Or not westward per se for some, but just, you know. There we go. Move him there and shunt him down to there. Okay, I didn't realize I had these guys here. Oops. Let's have him come up here like so. He will go there. He will come down. I have another cavalry unit, which will be here. It is there. We'll go out to there, and this guy, send him to here, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I need to address this a little bit better. These NKVDs with well, not this guy. He's actually pretty dang quick. Him too. Holy cow! But like this guy, they're slow because they got the garrison, so they're better used in lieu of. They're better used on the borders, and also, yeah, we'll win that. Better used to defend, put them into cities and stuff like that, and have my military units actually handle, push them towards the front lines, future front lines, or for those that are like in the central or eastern, move them more to areas that are to those front lines, as it were. Okay, I kind of like how that's going to work. Scharnhorst and Gneisenau are built. Okay, we're fine there. Okay, yeah, I like this. I like this new unit here that I just created. It's a speedy with pretty good suppression overall. Heck, I didn't realize civilian transport alone was 1 suppression there. But yeah, 28 suppression, 5.5 speed. They can get to where they need to go. And they got some oomph. 4,600 manpower. Yeah, okay, I like how that is. I'm not going to save it as a template, though. I mean, or should I? No, don't worry about it. Okay, let's just get rocking and rolling here. 385 before the end of the year. That's better than I was anticipating. I was thinking it might be about 375, which I was still happy with. 400 is ideally where I would like to be at. Infantry guns, 1938 tech. Whoa, a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, the consumer goods. All right. There we go. That's nice to see. Let's get this addressed here. Alrighty. There we go. Shaanxi annexed Manchuria. Holy cow. That is just, I mean, I really feel like I need to do something about that. So this is actually better than this unit to move to there, or this guy, either way, because they are fast. 7 point something, they are fast. But I really don't want to be tag switching and, mucking up things over here. But really, this is just insane that the Japanese AI is letting China do all this here and preventing anything from happening down here. We'll let things go on that. Next year, we'll see what's what. I mean, it's not till 1941 before Japan goes to war with the United States, so not a big deal, realistically speaking, right now. Just this isn't ideal for the Japanese. We're going with industry still because we need that IC level. We're at 393 just before the end of the year. 760 IC alone. 394. Can we get to 395 before the end of the year? Let's see. So we're done with medicine for a while here. Let's actually get us up to 23. Now we're in the green. Made it to the green before the end of the year. Tank destroyer. Okay. So we did 1937 and older tech. Let's now go to Air Forces, 1937 and older tech. I do want to get 4-engine transport planes, so we need the 4-engine airframe research here. So we'll get that. We're not going to worry about air assault gliders. That's not going to help us at all. Machine gun focus, sure thing. 4-engine bomber crew, no. I mean, we will have heavy bombers. Actually, you know what? We do have heavy bombers. I can use them in a tactical capacity. Yeah, they do have an 8 soft attack, which is worse than any of the other bomber groups, even the fighter bombers. We do have a 5 hard attack, which again is worse than any of the bomber groups. 10 sea attack, which is worse again than any other than fighter bomber groups. Strategic attack, it's air attack. Strategic attack obviously is what they excel in. Now, yeah, we're not going to research heavy bomber stuff. Even though we're going to get them. You're going to see we'll be getting a bunch of heavy bombers. But we're not going to be doing a strategic bombing at this point. We're not going to worry about jet tech either. Bombing site we do need. Air systems. Need both of those. Controllable propeller pitch and air. Again, 1937 tech. Doing the matching pilot and ground crew training for each. I'm not going to worry about... should I? Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to be focusing on strategic, any sort of strategic bombing or anything like that. Reserves interdiction, interdiction efficiency, logistical striking bombing we might be doing, installation as well, air base as well. Airborne assault tactics, we are going to have airborne coming in, ground attack, air intercept, and air superiority. 57 out of 23. Mountain unit training, that's 38 tech. That's current year, we can drop that off. So how are the Japanese doing here? That really screwed them with the Manchurian units being taken out of action there. I mean, obviously they've got to do something here to start taking this territory back. $3 for the People's Republic of China. Sure, we got some leaders that are dying. Tonga, kind of in the middle of nowhere, sadly. So let's send you all the way up there. Finally won in Shalkar. That was a long, drawn-out battle. We'll pay the Navy. Italy took Albania. So things are going to start kicking off in Europe, obviously. We're going to expand our mines yet again. We don't terribly need it. We're maxed out, but I mean, we'll still take it. I see efficiency. Boosted up there. Okay. Annual espionage, economic boost. So now we're going to be doing the short-term investments. 1939 onward. We're going to be focusing mostly on our IC, our projects, getting stuff built. Supplies, we can drop this down to 82. Let's get all these to the forefront. And let's bump this up by 1/100 of a point there. So long-term investment, or at short-term investment rather, which I think we did in 38 anyway, because we already have Railroad Tycoon and National Highways. Excuse me, economic spying yet again. We need that 1%. Okay, so we finished everything there is good to go. There is no other changes we're doing at this point. Staying with economic national focus. I do need to set an eye towards war with Poland. But that's what these NKVD troop deployments in April is going to entail. These specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 10 are going to entail. The other group of 10 is going to be the fast reaction type. But the first group of 10, I'm just going to be placing them. The ones are coming out April 11th through the 19th, it looks like. They're the ones I'm placing in cities all over the place, ports, airports that don't already have one of these, one NKVD guy in it already. And and the next round as well, same thing. Make sure all our cities, ports, airports are covered by the NKVD here. And then the newer NKVD, the faster NKVDs, these guys, they're going into the hinterlands and out in the open because they're fast response units here. I'll have them replace military units, non-cavalry military units. Cavalry units we're still going to kind of use in the hinterlands, I think. Though I may start, I push them to the front too. Use cavalry units. All right, I hope that Japan can get control of what's going on here. All right, so we saw the event, I think, last episode where Stalin killed the people who reported that the census was actually 162 million, and when he said it's going to be 170 million this year. So we lose 2 points of descent, not a big deal. We don't have any descent really to worry about. Been kind of keeping on top of that a little bit here. Production, oh goodness gracious, we gotta put some more stuff here. We're gonna put another round of 10 interceptors in here. Just build those up as much as we possibly can. Okay, and now we're going to get this ready here. Economy, metal. We're at, I think, UFA for metal right now. UFA. That's this. Indeed, I am correct. Maximize their thing out there. And now we go to energy. I forget which we're at. If we're at Zaporizhzhia. We can put one coal field, okay. And then the next place we can go to is Kemerovo. Only 2 here, okay. That maxes them out. So after Kemerovo is Axjaw. We'll put 2 more. Now let's go to rares. Let's see if I can remember where we're at with this here. I think we're at Ufa. If not, then Tavda. Let me double check. I think we maxed out Sverdlovsk. Yes, okay, so Ufa. And get the rares in here. Here, that way I don't have to click quite so far away. There we go. We're good to go throughout that. Jeez, why does this keep bouncing back? I kind of want it to stay where it's at there. All right, keep an eye on what's happening over here. This is sad news. And the sad thing too is like Shanxi is going to get that much more difficult for the Japanese to deal with. So once we're done there, we're going to then march over here, and I am going to throw him over there. Again, these guys better used in defensive capacity because their max movement's 2, period. My infantry's movement maximum is 4. Though we do have transportation, so it's probably 4 1/4 or something like that. I don't know. You know what? I don't want to watch over what's going over there more. It's just it's just totally distressing me. I don't want to see what's happening with Japanese there. Where are we at? Basic anti-tank ammunition. So that's a one and done. Okay. I'll do that. We should have some stuff here. Choose puppet and build railway artillery. Okay. Build railway artillery. This is Mongolia. Just focus on army. Let's go back and Tuvan, People's Republic Army again. Railway guns. So just like the Germans and the Japanese get one. Not sure about anybody else getting this type of event, but the Russians get at least one here. It says 3 were built total. Yeah, we'll put these into use, and we will see where they are. Oh, I also have to spend some time and get the I have to get all my units set up properly, get them assigned to headquarters and things like that. This may be a shortish episode. Yeah, instead of going a full 2 hours, I think I might just go like a little over an hour. So that way I can take the time to start setting my units. You can see there's a whole bunch of unattached units all throughout here. I need to better address that. This guy we're going to pull off over to here, and I'm going to split these up into 3 different railway artilleries, I think. We'll just leave it alone. It's a yellow. Yeah, we're just going to leave it alone, but I'll move it. You know what? Yes. No, we'll leave it in Moscow. We'll leave it in Moscow. What the heck? I'll just deal with it. All right. We got a 40%, but I don't think that's going to last long. 809, yeah. 7 days total. Italy wants energy from me? Sure. Money's just coming in. We got some fighters, so I'm going to staff up my fighter groups to the full 4 that I like to see them at. 4 units per flight. We just went over 400, FYI. That's why all this is popping in here. So I'm looking at my strategic reserve. See, it's a good thing that I built the extra chromite when I did. And I still think well, I don't think I'm building anymore. But yeah, you can see zinc surplus. We're at 3. Every 200, and I guess maybe from 0 to 199 is free, and then 200 to 299 you need 1. Anyway, we need 2 of everything, or 3. I'm sorry. Yes, 3 of everything. So 0 to 199 does require 1. 200 to 299 or 399 requires 2, and 400 to 599 requires 3. That's why I have a tungsten shortage of 3, because we don't have 3 of something. So yeah, we've got a lot of shortages to deal with here. But that's kind of a moot point. We don't need to worry about so much. Our IC debt's back to 0. So yay, we got all that back here. Supplies are looking good. Let's get our reinforcements addressed one more time here. Drop this to 30, I guess. Let's get our upgrades taken care of too. Drop this to 70. There we go. So yeah, all right, our IC debt went to 0. So when we have a chance again, I think I am building copper and zinc right now. I'm not building chromite. I have 3 in the balance, and then 1 in sales right now. Building another chromite might be good. Question is, and it's a valid one you might have for me, Tom, are you going to build up to a base of 600 IC though? Which would be the next level, meaning that we would need 4 of something. And the answer to that is not really. If you look at our total IC we're building here, that's 16 to copy a sec. 32 to Kostroma, 32, 48 to Sunny, or Sumi, 48, 64 to Odessa, 80 to Murmansk, 82, 84, 86. So I've got 86 more builds at least to go, and several of these have their multiple rounds. Though, as you can see, some of these will be one and dones kind of stuff this year, which that's nice to see. That some of these IC projects are going to be wrapping up pretty soon here. But yeah, that's 86, and I could say it's probably closer to 170 for sure. And it might even be 250. Another probably 300. So yes, we're going to definitely have a base probably around 750, maybe even more. Might seem kind of outrageous, but I want to be ensured that when 1942 rolls around, we're able to build everything we need. I want to say we almost will run out of manpower in that regards, but I'll make adjustments there. We're going to have mandatory, everybody puts on a Danza uniform type deal. We are at a point right now, I think it's taking 8 months to build industry. So those that have, say, 6 rounds, that's 48 months. That's 4 years. Yeah. See, like they've got 6 rounds, for example. I think that's the worst, is just 6 rounds. So most stuff's going to get wrapped up a lot sooner than that, but I'll still be building industry 4 years from now. That's 1943. Well, technically, I'll be building it in 1942, and it'll be wrapping up and being made available in early 1943, probably roughly around this time, January, February, March, maybe something like that. And that's fine. Yeah, because I'll be needing to be building out as much as I possibly can. All right. Yeah. Okay. We like what's going on there. Let's let this go a little bit further. So -6 we're down to. That's not good. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we're building any ships right now, but we will get to that point. We will be building ships pretty soon. So we got some more of these guys. There we go. I'll go a little bit further here. Yeah. Like I said, I was kind of hoping to maybe get done or get up to the Germany kicks off World War II, but I think I'm going to wrap it up a little bit sooner than that. So that way I can take a opportunity to organize all my units. I mean, overall, the organization Well, when I started initially, I was like, oh, this is kind of scary looking. But then when you break it down, yeah, this is 1938 tech, so we'll go ahead and keep this in place. When you break down the overall, how things are kind of set up here type deal, and when you include the theaters, where's theater? I rarely use, there we go, theater management, rarely use theater management. You can see how the theater management's set up here. You got at least a third, if not almost half the country here in one big theater. You've got about a quarter or fifth of the country here in this big theater. Then you got Siberia and the northern and this huge theater here. And then the main front lines broken down into 5 theaters alone right here. All that I think that works well and actually makes things easily approachable. So all these extra units that have been popped into here, not that big of a deal. I just need to attach, like the NKVD divisions, attach them to an appropriate core headquarter unit, and then have that core get assigned to a general headquarter unit and work my way up there, and then eventually attach them to the theater headquarter unit that they're of the theater that they're residing in. And then kind of take a look too and see, depending upon how I have them arranged, not that theaters have to be a wall and that we can't have units that are attached to a headquarter that's in a particular theater, but the unit is actually in a different theater. That doesn't matter to me. It's not that big of a deal. But that's what I need to work on. I don't want to do that necessarily while you guys are sitting here watching me, do that. That's kind of boring. We want to get to the fun stuff and see the battles and all that kind of stuff. So that is what I will be pushing towards, and making sure that I take care of all of the unpleasant type stuff out of everybody's view. Taking a look here again, we're just making sure I want garrisons and these types of NKVD units on cities, ports, airports. I say cities. I probably here going to do resources as well. That's mainly what we need to be concentrating on. See, there's some oil here. We're going to put that guy there. He needs to be sitting on the oil. Needs that particular resource. Checking here. Oh, I can't put unit here. Let's go and just put him there. That's fine. I know he's coming down. We're going to actually move him. Let's hold that gold mine in place. Yeah. And when I'm talking cities, of course, I'm really talking like, where's my production, Okay. So now, here. Well, he can stay there. That's fine. Do I have anybody coming here? Yes, he's walking his way up. Do that. He's walking into there. That's good. So let's put him here. There we go. All right. So I got to remember then that we are working from the T in Soviet and then working westward. And again, those particular NKVD units, which that was these guys here, and this next group of 10 here, here up to here, those are more defensively minded units. I'm going to put them on production points, put them on airports, seaports, stick them into these areas have pillboxes and fortresses in as well. Just yeah. We got a lot that we got to deal with here. I might need even more NKVD units than I'm going to be building. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to see on that. Recon, that's 1938, so that's older tech. We got to drop this down to 22. I mean, I have no compunction of building 100 NKVD units to just have them be defensively minded. It's cheaper to build this particular unit here than they don't have a template for a garrison unit. Oh, can't wait till we can get some guards units in here. With as many templates as I have, I'm probably going to use a few of these templates for guards type units, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, this is I guess a good guards tank unit. I could always I can make a guards rifle unit and just basically swap out all of these for guards units like we have here, like the Veteran Guards Division Headquarters, Guards Armor, Guards Motorized Battalion. Just swap out these for those type of units once we get them. Same with all that. For the template, let's see, that was NKVD, Military Police, and the Civilian Transport. There we go. So it's like the NKVD, it's just this is the fast response. This guy is the sit in place type unit. And actually, I guess this could be a simple garrison unit. I mean, there are garrison units like this. Garrison heavy artillery, heavy AT, heavy AA gun. That's standard. But I don't need to make specific garrison units, I don't think. Don't think that's necessary. All right, let's get that done here. It's good that we have this guy here. He's going to take forever to come out, but that's all right. No, next fighter. So he's up at a 4. He's up to a 4. He's at a 4. He's at a 4. Army asked for money. We shall give it to them. Army is growing in size. That's why now it's costing more. Heavy artillery transport. All right. Wait till mid-February. I'll do a manual save for myself here. Okay, tungsten shortage. We're not worried about heart attack right now, but I think we do need to worry about buying some tungsten, buying some rubber, buying some moly. We're ready to start building armor. Yeah, but not right now. We don't really need to worry about it right now. Oh, which means I can go here and postpone. Let's postpone another 6 months here. We'll worry about it then. What efficient laws can we post in here? The war economy still, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. That would impact me too greatly. Let's have you go up here like so. Let's have you run over that way. See where our IC level is right now. Holy cow. IC base at 415, so yay. Got to the 400 mark a little bit later than I kind of wanted to, but still a good amount, And again, before all is said and done, I will want to get to 600 base IC, because if we can be cranking out 2,000 IC, that would be awesome. drop this down by a bit to say 85. There we go. Production is nearing what we need. That's all good. Advanced education, that's 1940 tech. I think, yeah, that will improve our leadership a bit here. Yep. And staying in here meant that everything kind of went the way it needed to. We're going to put 1.5 spies in. Oh. Intelligence. So Manchuria went away, and now we're not... Yeah, whatever spies we had in Manchuria, unfortunately, are gone. Finland, Poland, Romania, sure. Bulgaria, Estonia, France, Hungary, Iran, Latvia, Lithuania, Republic of China, USA, Afghanistan. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's do a manual save real quick. Got another fighter. Acta, let's get you into there, and we have another fighter there. Not going to look over the east. Not going to see what's going on. I see. Let's get our upgrades down there. And let me go back. So we're still selling manganese. We've stopped selling anything else at this point. Yeah, okay. A lot of non-aggression pacts we could be breaking here, but obviously we're not going to worry about that. Down to 50. So, do I want more fast reaction? NKVD? I think so, actually. I think we're going to go with this template and get another 20 started up. Throw them into the hinterlands. If the military type units in the hinterlands, move them more towards the front lines or areas where I might be needing them more than, having to deal with these rebel groups popping up. Tactical breakthroughs, it's 1936 tech, so we'll let that ride. Losk Murguk. And who is you are nearby? Let's have you just run up and deal with that. And I think going forward to play the Soviets again, I think it will design that NKVD fast reaction again and utilize them in that manner, but just still build more stationary NKVDs to put them in the areas I was talking about that need to stay there and hold it to prevent anybody from taking it away from me. And then the fast reaction NKVDs, build those so that way we can move in as we need to. There we go. I love filling these out. Goodness. Okay, let's have you march into there. We have another fighter plane that got built. There we go. I also need to reapportion where all my air units go. I think there's some, like Leningrad, for example, probably has way too many sitting on there. There we go. Yes, good to see, but we can address this too. Let's get this down to 15. There you go. turkey moving our way. Okay. Let's have you run up and take care of that. So we're in economic phase. Yeah. We will take a look at that. Okay. So our IC is going up another 5% there. I don't know if it's already done that or not. We're at 877. Geez, almost 900. Supplies have also gone up by 5%. National manpower, though, has gone down another 5%. So if we're using a half per day, that's about 15 per month. We are bringing in 40 per month nearly, so that's 25. Our manpower should be growing by 25 each month. So over the course of the next 6 months here, we're going to get 150 more manpower. So 9,350. All rough numbers. Money is also going up. We don't really, whatever I say on that. Build times are also, though, increasing. So that's why we definitely need to hold on to our aluminum as we have it. Anna, getting an attack. You're going to take forever to get there. Let's just have you go there. And let's get our reinforcements addressed, like so. Supplies addressed again. There we go. Our unit combined, that's last year, so we'll keep that in the queue. Am I going to get back into the green ever? Well, maybe. Maybe. Let's bump this up to 24. So we can get into the green a little bit quicker. I mean, 2 extra projects aren't going to make too much of a difference here. NKVD Officers Purge. Okay, thanks, Stalin. Thanks. Forming some light tank brigades as well. Okay. So 3 more new light tank brigades were formed. You can pause to read that specifically. That's going to put us in some IC debt. And then specifically, looking at who it is. So this guy here, which we'll push towards the front here. This guy, which he's fine where he's at, and this guy, push him up to the front a little bit there. Okay. Think we're okay here otherwise. Oh, production now. Oh my goodness. Let's begin a bit of a naval increase here. We're going to build a command battleship, just to have one. The first command battleship. I'll figure a name out for that. I'll have to look it up and see what battleships we have there. We're going to build 2 regular battleships. Soyuz and the Ukraina. We're also going to engage in 2 battle cruisers, the Kronstadt and Sevastopol. And we're going to engage in 4 heavy cruisers for right now. That's so. Let's throw in some. No, let's not do anything else. We're just throwing big ships in for right now. That's all we need. So yes, we got IC debt 5315, 169 per day. We're paying towards that. So about 40 days roughly is about how long we're going to be spending there. Let's do that. See, this area, great example. I get some more of those more stationary, more static NKVD units. Put them in these, or these 2 areas for sure. Yeah. And that way I can move these military units out into, some of these pillbox zones and stuff. Areas that they're better, a little better suited in. First echelon advance. I think this is old tech. Yep. I think I'm going to have to take, yeah, we're going to say 1938 because I need to go back. Anything that's 1938, we're going to go ahead and cancel out. Because we used to have so much older tech we still got to go through. I think we're good otherwise, though. Yeah, everything is old enough tech, yeah. So anything that's 1938 or newer, more modern, we're not going to research. 1938, current, and modern tech. Division headquarters, that's a one and done. We lost a province. Oh, that's from this guy moving around. Normally when I move somebody like that, that kind of pins the antagonist in place, but I guess not this case here. Artillery support, definitely that's current year. We'll stop that. This will move you over there because you're faster than that guy. Recon unit, that's 1938. That's 38 tech. We're going to stop doing that. Again, I want to reach green so I can start with nation and work our way down, getting at least checking to make sure I got 1937 tech because we have to go into naval tech as well. Start getting some of that stuff. All right, let's pay this time. $1,500. We'll expand our research center. UK wants us to buy metal. I don't know why people. I mean, I know we're going down in metal, but no. 2735 current IC debt. We're going to form a new rifle division. This will be way over into the east, I think. East and north, maybe. Yep. Way over here. And honestly, that's a good spot for them. But I will move them down to here. So they kind of spread out a little bit. 2735. Let's see where we go to once the day passes. 3463. 3463. Not bad, actually. Cost about 700. Well, 800, 900 IC debt. We are now building stuff. So, not so worried about the revolt risk at this point. We need to build stuff a little bit quicker. Shave a few days off. Come on, come on. Metal, we don't need. Can go for a couple more minutes here, and we'll stop at an hour and a half. A little bit hungry too. Have not had my lunch. Would like to eat. Let's go here. Oh, so we're getting attacked there, right? Yeah, we do have a unit going there. Not looking in the east. Not looking in the east. Actually, let's look in the east. Let's see what's happening over here. So, Beijing got taken back. Tiananmen's also gotten taken back. Japanese are just... Oh my goodness. Interestingly, though, yeah, they're spending all this time taking all this back here. I'm wondering if it might behoove the development team. Here's a possibility. Japan declares on China. Is it possible to put in an event that prevents Manchuria and Zhejiang, for that matter, to have them also declare on Shaanxi, China, etc.? Is there a way to prevent that from happening? Because I think if you can do that, if you can prevent Zhejiang and Manchuria from declaring on China, and more specifically Shaanxi, this kind of stuff won't happen. Move him up there. Yeah, it looks like Japanese are spending a lot of time fighting back against Shaanxi there. We could revoke the non-aggression pact. Just thinking of a way to kind of help Japan out surreptitiously in this. I don't want to go full declaration of war against Shaanxi exactly, but I mean, I could say something, could kind of play it up as like, we're really peeved by what you're doing, in here. At this point, China definitely is the aggressor, not so much Japan. Yeah, let's revoke the non-aggression. Revoke the non. Well, they're Chinese Communist Party. We kind of like them. Zibi Sanma, we're going to revoke the non-aggression. Nationalist Chinese, yeah, we like the Communist Chinese better, and you turned us down. We don't like you quite so much. Do the same thing with Yunnan. Revoke. It's spending diplomatic points that I've got tons anyway. And Gungsi click. So just curious here. Current relations negative 15. So I wonder, does that prompt them to do anything? I don't see them moving towards me anymore. Or moving towards me at all. They weren't moving toward me at all, period. So I gotta wait till the 21st, see if I could declare war on them. But nah, I don't want to declare war. I just want to be like, no, we're not gonna be friends with you anymore. Again, as a kind of way to help out Japan here. Kind of. I don't think it really will, though. I think the way the AI is running things here, and again, that's not Black Ice's fault at all in this case here. That's just the vanilla game acting the way that it is. Alrighty, we got more troops. So starting from the T and working our way westward. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. Let's move this cavalry unit out, though. Like so. That works. There we go. Whoops. Here is where we want to... And we need to move him up there. We need to move you into here. Move you out to there. Move you over to here. We need to kind of hold down the fort where these resources are at. Okay. All right. Kind of ugly, not the way I totally would want it, but we're getting there. We're getting there. By the time Germany attacks, we'll have NKVD troops on all the territories I want to, that I want to be holding. 2 more turns, by the way, before Icy Dead is taken care of. Ooh, oh yes, I was about to say, I thought that was 5,301 supplies. Wow, got a little dyslexic there, or whatever. Didn't see that extra one. There we go. And going to have, again, a situation where I need to put guys here. So these are NKVD troopers. We're at 52%, 102,200. We're going to lose 4,000 officers. We'll be below 100,000 for the first hoe. A third of our officers have been killed off at this point in time. 3 unity will gain, so we'll be at 100%. That's good. Revolt risk and dissent goes down for a period of next month here. Lose officers will gain dissent, which kind of blows. Lose money, but that doesn't really matter. We're okay. So we're going down 0.01. 300 days for us to get to 0 there, but that's fine. We'll be okay with that. Get this down to, there, and let's get our supplies there. We can start building the first command battleship. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to save at this point here. I think we're at a good stopping point. We're just a mere, May, June, July, August, 4 months away, 4 months and a week away before World War II kicks off. We'll join in shortly after that. Between what I'm going to do off camera here at this point, before I start the next episode, I'm going to take that time and do the very boring, tiresome operation of assigning units to headquarter units. It'll mean for like all these NKVD units I'm creating, actually creating the actual headquarter units for each of those. But you know what? Before we quit, I'm going to save it one more time here. But you know what I'm going to do? We're going to be building a whole bunch of NKVD. Doesn't take too much time, but we're going to be building, I want to say 100. Excuse me. I want to say 100. Let's say 50. Yeah, let's say 50. When I create a headquarters unit for the NKVD units, it's just going to create a core headquarter unit with a headquarter brigade in there, and that's all. To more differentiate the type of headquarter unit is, I want these NKVD brigades embedded in the headquarter unit. So that's why I'm going to build 50 for all the headquarter units that I have. Actually, I don't know if I even need 50. That's 200 NKVD that I could control. Which, oh, by the way, one of the changes in 13.x, for those that may just, they haven't really paid attention or whatever, you personally can only assign 4 divisions to a core headquarter unit, 4 core headquarter units to a regular Army headquarter unit, 4 Army headquarter units to a, and you see where I'm going. It's only 4 per. There is some tech that you can get that allows you to do the full 5. Like it was before, but this is more. This is, if I remember what the dev team said about this is more realistic. Lends more of a realistic atmosphere in that this is kind of how it was. Some countries are a little bit different, sure, but for the most part, on average, countries only had 4 divisions assigned to each headquarter unit. Again, on average. Not saying that's exactly how it was, and certainly there are instances where there probably were, dozens of divisions assigned to one core headquarter unit. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure 50 50 NKVDs is sufficient. I'll probably have about 50 NKVD core headquarter units created because I've got probably 200 NKVD that are unassigned right now and need assignation. We've built, I know I did several rounds of like 10 NKVD, and we got several more coming as well, so I'm pretty sure it's close to 200. So yeah, I want to put this in here, and we want to push these all to the forefront. All to the forefront. So that's 25 at 1.8 a piece there. What is that? 25 IC. 29. This is 29 IC roughly that we're having to spend through there. Not a big deal. But anyway, yeah. Let's save it again. Yes, we'll overwrite. So, between episodes, I'm gonna clean up. This won't be as long of a drag. In fact, it'll just be, it'll be kind of short. It'll be just one page really. Actually, yeah, it should only be it should just be what it was before, because I'll just be assigning everything up to headquarters, creating headquarters as needed, and assigning those headquarters onto the next headquarter up, etc., until they get assigned to a theater headquarter unit. I don't think I need to worry so much about creating any more theater headquarters or anything like that. Maybe I might have to. We might have to. I might have to create some theater headquarters, like a NKVD theater headquarters or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that is my problem to deal with, not yours to worry about. I'll show you the results, though, once all said and done. See you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.